Hello, my name is Sonia, and welcome to this Yoga for Flexibility. This will be a series, so be sure to subscribe for future videos. We're going to start off with back flexibility. Find your way onto hands and knees, and we'll begin to lubricate the spine by flowing through cat and cow, arching the back up to the sky, dropping the chin, then letting the belly fall closer to the mat, lifting the chest and the tailbone. Let your breath guide the movement, allowing you to flow effortlessly. Now, backbends are not only incredibly healing for the spine, working to improve your posture and physical body, but they also work to open the heart space, allowing more love, light, and happiness to pour into you. Keeping your hips directly above your knees, walk your hands forward, maybe on your fingertips, letting the chest fall towards the mat. Puppy pose. Breathe in through the nose. And as you breathe out through the mouth, relax your chest, your shoulders, let your forehead fall on the mat. Transitioning to thread the needle, slide the right hand underneath the left, falling onto the outside of the shoulder, and letting the side of your head rest on the mat. And now we will go ahead and balance the other side, sliding the left arm underneath the right. Inhale fully. And exhale, release any tension in the upper back and shoulder. Bring the left hand to meet the right at the top of your mat. Tuck your back toes, lifting the hips for downward facing dog. Spread your fingers wide. Equal pressure is placed throughout the fingertips, the middle portion of your hand, and the wrists. And you're gazing towards your belly button, your navel. Step your right foot in between your hands. Drop the back heel at an angle. Find stability in your legs, lifting the arms up for warrior one. Inhale deeply. And exhale, open your arms wide, warrior two. Gaze is towards your front fingertips. Front knee is above the ankle. Reverse your warrior by dropping the left hand to the back of the thigh and raising the right to the sky. Extended side angle pose. Your torso leans over your front thigh. Your bottom arm can rest on the thigh or reach towards the floor, with the top arm extending over your ear. Try to turn your chest upwards, breathing deeply here. If your shoulder mobility allows it, go for a bind around the front thigh, clasping your fingers together behind you. And invite your body to explore bending and straightening the front knee. Or simply take a triangle pose. Listen to your body always and work within your safe limits. And to safely come out of this pose, we'll begin to bend that front knee, placing both hands on the mat, returning to a plank position. We'll find chaturanga by bending the elbows near our ribs, lowering into a push-up, flowing into upward facing dog, lift the chest, and roll over the toes, hips reach for the sky, downward facing dog. Find one round of breathing here. And we'll balance out the other side. Stepping the left foot forward and placing it in between the hands, dropping the back heel. Lift the arms up, warrior one. Feel strong in the legs. They are both engaged, keeping you steady. Deep breath in. Exhale, open up into warrior two. Be sure that your spine is straight. You're not tilted too far forward or too far back. Breathe in. And breathe out, reverse the warrior. Notice the sensation in your side body. Extended side angle pose. Lower the left arm to rest on the knee or place the hand on the mat, lifting right arm overhead. We are aiming to keep a straight line from your fingertips all the way to your back heel. Stay here or explore the bind option. We will also be using our breath to navigate through any discomfort or burning sensation in the legs, as this is making us stronger. Now begin to straighten the front knee and bend it as much as you are able to, or find a triangle pose. Allowing for one more round of deep breathing in this pose. And then we will begin to bend the front knee, place both hands on the mat, step the foot back for plank, and flow through a vinyasa. So chaturanga, lowering into a push-up, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Find your stability. Then lift the right foot and cross it just above the left knee for a figure 4 in downward dog. We're going to hold this position as we flow into plank. Lower down chaturanga all the way to the mat, resting the belly and the legs on the ground. Bring your fingertips in line with your shoulders and lift your chest upwards as much as you are able to, creating a slight compression in the lower back, which is going to warm us up for our back bends later on. Place your fingertips a bit wider now and drop the left shoulder towards the mat, lifting the right upwards. And switch sides. This is stretching the pectoral muscles. Find neutral spine, place our hands a little bit lower near our chest, lift upwards into downward facing dog. We'll unhook that foot, find both heels reaching for the floor, and then place the left foot just above the right knee, figure 4, downward dog. Transition to plank pose, and lower all the way onto the mat, placing your fingertips in line with your shoulders and lifting your chest up. Inhale, and exhale, lower down. Place your fingertips wider, drop the left shoulder to the mat. And switch sides, dropping right shoulder to the mat. And begin to place your hands lower near your chest. Tucking the back toes, lifting the hips up, downward facing dog. Unhook the feet. Then drop your knees to the mat. We'll find puppy pose for a brief moment. Inhaling deeply and exhaling to release any tension in the spine. Bring the chest forward to rest the thighs and hips on the mat. Place the right forearm in front of you for balance and to lift the chest slightly. Bending the left knee and pushing that foot down with your left hand for a quadricep stretch. Be mindful of your knees as to not overextend. Release the foot and gently allow the leg to return to a straight position, transitioning to the other side. With precision, release the right foot, let both knees be bent. Place your hands near your chest as if you were moving into upward facing dog. And lift the chest for a back bend, trying to reach the top of your head towards your feet. And straighten your legs, lower your chest, and we'll meet in downward facing dog. Reconnect with your breath here. That was a pretty intense stretch. So now we want to find equilibrium. Our next pose will be camel. We'll drop the knees to the mat about hips width apart. Place our hands on our heels or blocks. Then squeeze the thighs to lift the hips forward and up, allowing the back to naturally arch. Chin is reaching towards the sky. Your core is engaged to allow you to be stable here. To release from this pose, place your hands on your low back, squeeze your core, and lift yourself up into a neutral spine. Sitting down to the sides of our feet, we'll bring our legs out in front of us, finding reverse tabletop. So place the soles of your feet under your knees and your wrists under your shoulders. Squeeze your core to lift the hips upward. And if you'd like, you can extend your legs straight. Notice the sensation in your shoulders here. We'll start to lower down into a seated position. Transitioning now to cow face with eagle arms. Left heel comes in towards the right hip. Right leg goes over the left leg, stacking the knees. Sitting on a block or a pillow might help ease this pose a little bit. And the right arm goes underneath the left and the palms are reaching towards each other. You're also welcome to simply hug your shoulders. Then lift the elbows upwards to stretch the shoulder blades. Gently release the arms and fall over your thighs if that's within your practice. This external rotation of the hips allows for a pretty juicy stretch in the glutes, the IT band, the tensor fascia. So breathe deeply into this pose. And let's stretch the other side, gently lifting the chest, uncrossing the legs, bringing the right heel in towards the left hip, and the left leg crosses over, stacking the knees. Find eagle arms by crossing the left arm underneath the right, seeing if you can bring your palms together. Untangle the arms and fall over your thighs for a deeper stretch. Begin to lift your chest and we'll transition into pigeon pose from here. So as you lift the left leg off of the right, turn your torso to the top of your mat, place the shin on the mat with your hands there, and straighten the right leg behind you. Moving the right knee backwards until your left hip falls on the mat, on a block or a blanket. Peel the torso upwards for a slight back bend. Breathing in deeply. And exhale, fall over your thigh. Our next pose is mermaid. So lift the chest up, bend the back knee, and see if you can hook the foot in your elbow. Maybe the left hand stays on the mat to support you in balance, or you can reach it overhead and try to clasp your fingers together. Release your fingers, first bringing the left hand to the mat. Then engage your thighs so that you can gently release the foot back. Push yourself up into plank to step the left foot back. We'll move through a Vinyasa, lowering down for Chaturanga, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. And swing the right leg forward, dropping the knee and hip on the mat. The shin can be parallel or a slight bend in the knee. Ensure that the hips are squared and find your slight back bend. Breathing in deeply. And on the out breath, fall over your thigh. And lift the chest. We'll bend the back knee, grabbing onto the foot or seeing if we can hook it in our elbow. Take any variation you'd like with your hands. With any sort of back bends, consciously work to expand from the tailbone. The most flexibility within the spine is present in the upper vertebrae, so really work towards bending from the upper back rather than the low back. Slowly release the leg, return to neutral spine, and begin to sit on that right hip so that you can swing your left leg out in front of you. Lower onto your back with straight legs, arms by your side. We'll find fish pose by pressing into the forearms, arching the back, lifting the sternum, that center portion of your chest upwards, and rest on the top of your head. You're also welcome to use blocks or a pillow and place that under your shoulder blades for a gentler back bend. Release the top of your head and lower onto your back, bringing knees into chest. Let your knees fall over to the right hand side. Your arms are in cactus shape for a supine twist. Be sure that both shoulder blades are on the mat. That is more important than your knees reaching the floor. And rainbow your knees over to the other side. Let your hips, your back, and your shoulders fall heavy into the mat, releasing tension. And doing any sort of twisting after back bends is very healthy for the spine. Raise the knees, extending your legs out straight. Place your arms in a comfortable position for Savasana. Take a deep breath in here and release with a sigh. Feel all the points where your body makes contact with the floor. So the back of your head, shoulders, arms, your glutes, thighs, calves, heels. Soften your muscles as if you are floating in a pool of warm honey. Now imagine a lotus flower beginning to bloom, or a sun shining brightly in your heart space. Allow it to soften your heart and let it bring a smile to your face. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. You can stay here as long as you like, or bend the knees, bringing soles of feet to the mat, falling over to your chosen side for fetal position, and lifting yourself up to seated. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Namaste, my friends.